The last time you were here, we talked about the Queen's Court. Tell us about the King's Court.
Yeah, so Rodney and I hosted a show called King's Court, and King's Court is about three men, very handsome men, who have lived their lives, experienced things, have gone through some stuff, and are ready to find their queen. And so Rodney and I were there not just to direct traffic and say, oh, tonight you're going on a hot air balloon ride, but to also talk to them and lend them some advice. And we didn't want to seem like, well, we're the perfect couple and we know everything, because we don't. We've been through our own things. But we love how they were open to hearing what we do in a certain situation. It was one situation where a young lady was being called aggressive, and I was like, oh, no, we're not gonna call her aggressive. That's something that we don't want to call a young lady.
I love that.
So, and they were listening, and they were open to it. So I just love doing it. If y'all see it streaming on Peacock. Now, it was on Bravo, but streaming on Peacock. And I really loved it, and I loved hanging out with those guys. They're terrific guys. Tyson Beckford, Carlos Boozer, and Thaddeus Bullard. And these guys were awesome.
That sounds amazing.
They were open and transparent, Jennifer. Like, I don't get to see, like, men, and sometimes black men, like, just being open and transparent, talking about their feelings. So it was really refreshing.
That is very refreshing.
Yeah.
So is it easier to give the bachelorettes advice or the bachelors?
I think the guys, the Kings, were a little bit more open to our input.
Okay.
Which is not to say that the Queens weren't, but the guy, like, they were leaning into what we were trying to put down. You know what I mean? And that was cool to me, because I was nervous about giving them advice. I didn't want to come off like, you know, the Queen Mother or something.
I mean, you kind of are. They were in the right hands, so I'm sure they were willing to listen, because you know, will you come back again to see us?
Of course.
I love having you here. Thank you so much. You can stream King's Court on Peacock today. Your happy place is here. What was your favorite part? Drop it in the comments and subscribe to help keep the joy coming.